Let me explain about the intermittent sand filter. So this intermittent sand filter is an attached growth process which comes under the biological treatment techniques. This filter it is mainly used to treat the sewage, which is used in olden times. Nowadays this type of filter is not used because it is used in smaller plants. It is not used in larger plants or medium sized plants because the rate of filtration is very low, because we are providing very finer sand of 0.2 to 0.5 mm size. So this intermittent sand filter, generally we are providing a rectangular tank, and here the size of the sand, as I told, it is 0.2 to 0.5 mm size sand is provided, and to a depth of 75 to 100 centimeter depth. And the sewage effluent, there will be a primary settling tank will be there. From there it is sent to a siphonic tank. Under siphonic action we are passing this sewage through this dosing distribution network of pipes. And in order to facilitate the drainage of filter effluent, a layer of 15 to 30 centimeter depth of gravel is provided at the bottom of the sand layer. And to carry off this effluent, this open jointed drainage pipes are laid in the gravel layer. So the filters here, normally we are providing a rectangular filter we are providing, and the length to width ratio, it varies between 3 to 4. And normally this intermittent sand beds we are providing adjacent to each other, 3 or 4 beds we can provide so that they can work in rotation. And the operation I am explaining, that is 3 or 4 bed we are providing adjacent to each other. So on each bed the sewage effluent from the primary settling tank, it is sent to the through the siphonic tank. From the under siphonic action we are passing through this distribution network of pipes, and the flooding it is done here. So the what happens when we pass this sewage through this dosing distribution pipes, the sewage get filled on the top of this sand bed, and the flooding should be done about 5, that is after filling the sewage, the depth of that sewage above the top of the fine bed should be maximum 5 to 10 centimeter depth, and it is after an interval of 24 hours. That is after filling this sewage on the top of the finer bed, it can raise from the top to a depth of maximum 10 centimeter after an interval of 24 hours. And the sewage effluent then percolates through the sand bed. In this process, the suspended organic matter, what happens, get trapped in the voids of top portion of sand through straining action. So during the rest period, the trapped organic matter is acted upon by the aerobic bacteria present in the filter layer, and this aerobic bacteria, what happens is that it flourishes well in the presence of free oxygen available from the atmosphere, that is during the rest period. And the rate of filtration here depends upon the size of the sand. So here we are using finer sand of 0.2 to 0.5 mm size, which will result in the better quality effluent, since the rate of filtration is very less. But if suppose if you are, instead of finer sand, if you are using coarser sand, the filtration rate will be more, but in that case the penetration of solids will be too deep. So generally top 15 centimeter layer is kept of finer variety than the rest, which is kept of uniform size. And the advantages of this intermittent sand filter is that the effluent from this intermittent sand filter is of better quality, and it doesn't require further treatment before the disposal, and the filter works under the aerobic condition. So there is no trouble of odor, flies and also insects, and here doesn't require any other mechanical equipment except for dosing. For dosing we requires a dosing tank is required, and a dosing distribution network pipe is required. Other than that, no other mechanical equipment is required here, and the head required is also small for applying the sewage onto the surface of this filters. And the disadvantage is that the rate of filtration is very less, so it cannot be employed for medium size or bigger plants, and it requires larger area because land also large quantity of sand is required, due to which the construction is also very costly.